Hello, my name is Debbie Reynolds. They call me the Data Diva. Today I want to talk about data privacy and Australia's Surveillance, Identity, and Disrupt Bill of 2020. This is an amendment to an existing bill or existing law that Australia has in place regarding surveillance. Australia has been passing many laws over the years related to surveillance and how tech companies keep data. This particular bill or amendment has three warrants, new types of warrants that they can issue. And the issuance will happen from obviously police agencies or surveillance or national security agencies. So the three warrants are data disrupt warrant, network activity warrant, or account takeover. So a network disrupt warrant is to take maybe a group of people that are communicating and disrupt their communications in some way, whether that be digitally or possibly confiscating or devices or computers to try to stop particular activity, especially people who are trying to do clandestine activity regardless of kind of where they are. Network activity is to kind of look into how people are using computer networks, and then also service providers. And then the third, which is pretty controversial, which is called account takeover. So account takeover would be where an agency in Australia would be able to assume the account of someone as if they were that person and then lock that person out of their accounts. So Amazon Web Services is concerned about all these three warrants, but especially the account takeover warrant, and they want to have them write something into the law that gives internet service providers immunity in a situation where immunity from being sued in a situation where the Australian government takes over someone's account as if they were them, and to sort of lock them out. Also, Amazon Web Services was concerned about these laws trying to create systematic vulnerabilities or weaknesses in these companies and how they protect data. So that would be a direct or indirect reference to things like encryption or however companies secure their data and information. Twitter also was concerned about this account takeover as direct access to someone's account without possible due process. One of the hair-raising things about this bill is that if internet service providers don't cooperate with law enforcement, they may be susceptible to a prison term of 10 years. So they're still trying to figure out who exactly this prison term would apply to. Would it apply to the operator that technologically did or did not actually stop the account? Would it be the person who told them to do it? That's going to be an interesting question. Also, I think it's really interesting in reading about these big tech companies writing back about this bill. I think it was either Twitter or Amazon brought up the term about technological feasibility. So there's a concern with these laws that they're being written in a way that may not even be possible technologically to comply with. So I think it's interesting that they put that there, and keeping in mind that there is a big gap between legislation and possibly the ability to take out or carry out these types of warrants. So it'll remain to be seen what happens with this. There's obviously a lot of talk back and forth about trying to change the wording or change the scope of this particular legislation, but we shall see what happens, and I'll be interested to see how Australia implements this particular law. That's it. Thank you.